out your one out. No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I'm a I feel like in the real life, dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now, talk to the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now, your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty ought to be my me, ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants, you never left, yeah. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so deep like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Dimes, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Finley, he goes underneath for Anderson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw on second down, Finley. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Gone! Now let's go! Blue lining! Blue lining!
From the gun, Finley. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on 4th down. Here's Jones. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. The first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Let's go! Ready! 21!
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, wait. 12!
Now Ryan on 2nd down. This is caught inside the 15. Give him 30 yards there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Gun, gun, gun! Gun, gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 2nd down, Ryan eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like he heard a whistle or something that stopped his swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
On 1st down, Finley finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Finley. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes and gets the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Finley. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. first carry of the ball game now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carlos Dunlap in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Here's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. The 40, 30, past the 20. A special moment for Calvin Ridley, the first touchdown catch of his NFL career, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Bullock good on the extra point. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, Go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Gun. Hey, South. Gun. Sponge. 11. Go. Let him go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
39.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Ready. Back 25.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Get up. South. Hey, rip Lance. On.
Now the pitch to Freeman. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying. It, thank you.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
3 down.
Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
39. 21. 54, South.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old-school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, Anderson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll give it to him up the middle. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Mike Wallace, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Go! Face, face. Gun, gun, gun.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
We got three. Ready? 280. Hey, express. 11. Ready, set.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's Ryan to throw to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Ryan will throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Right. 12.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing on 1st down, Finley. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on 2nd down, Finley. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
The final shot before break. Finley. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Trevor Davis now to return. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan flushed out right. He completes it to Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Jones breaking from the contact. And now the juke. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Hey, wait. Gun.
To throw on second down. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Tavecchio puts this one through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run again with Bernard. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now Bernard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Ito Smith. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
we go. Get up. Wait. Wait.
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch him now, Barney.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On the ground with a tight end. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Finley. Caught. Eifert over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Detroit! Gone! Over!
Handoff comes to Anderson. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They come out here in the eye. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. This is Freeman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Gun! 21!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And out now, here come the Bengals. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So you've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
They run again on 1st down. Anderson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Back to throw. Finley. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
They give it to Anderson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
20. Gun.
To throw on 2nd down. Ryan, flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
Tuesday. Gun. Get up.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now a run with Anderson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now a carry for Bernard.
Boom!
Still fighting through tackles. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
Detroit!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Duke Riley, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. He's going to get it running right. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Get up! Wait! Wait!
We got three, fellas. We got three.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Freeman again. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.